Imagine it's minus 40 degrees Celsius outside. The power grid completely collapses, your electric heater dies, and within just a few hours, your warm home turns into a giant, freezing icebox. In today's modern world, a simple winter blackout can turn deadly in a matter of minutes, yet thousands of years ago, during the brutal Ice Age, ancient humans survived bone-chilling temperatures down to minus 40 degrees without central heating, thermal insulation, or a single watt of electricity. In our last video, we explored how Persians made ice in a blistering 50 degrees desert, but how on earth did early humans keep from freezing to death in extreme cold? Let's uncover their ultimate zero electricity survival secrets. First, let's talk about clothing. You might think ancient humans just slapped a random piece of heavy leather over their shoulders. Not even close. In sub-zero climates, early tribes invented the world's very first multi-layer thermal suits using animal skins, mostly reindeer, caribou, and Arctic fox fur. They rarely used mammoth hides for clothing because mammoth skin was far too thick, heavy, and rigid to bend. Instead, they perfected lightweight, flexible insulation. But their real genius wasn't just choosing the right fur, it was how they trapped air pockets. They stitched two separate layers together. The inner layer had fur facing inward directly against their skin to trap body heat, while the outer layer had fur facing outward to shed snow and block piercing winds. They even used hand-carved bone needles and dried animal sinew to create completely airtight seams. Without this ancient textile engineering, hypothermia would set in and kill a human in less than 20 minutes. Now, what about shelter? Building a basic wooden hut or simple tent in minus 40 degrees weather is a guaranteed death sentence because freezing drafts bleed through every tiny crack. Instead, ancient humans used the earth itself as a massive thermal shield. They constructed pit houses, digging 3 to 6 feet deep into the frozen ground. Why? Because soil is one of nature's greatest natural insulators. Below the frozen top layer, ground temperatures remain remarkably stable year-round, shielded from icy Arctic winds. They covered these dugout homes with massive, heavy roofs constructed from mammoth bones, thick turf layers, and dense sod grass. Inside, a small central fire pit radiated continuous warmth, which was absorbed and trapped by the surrounding earth walls. While a deadly minus 40 degrees blizzard raged outside, the inside of these underground shelters stayed at a comfortable 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. Keeping a roaring fire burning all night requires tons of dry firewood, which was extremely scarce in frozen, icy landscapes. So, how did they stay warm through long winter nights without burning down their shelters or running out of fuel? They invented radiant thermal heating. Before sleeping, they placed large, dense river rocks directly into the central fire for hours. Rocks possess high thermal mass, meaning they absorb immense amounts of heat energy and release it very slowly over 8 to 10 hours. They wrap these glowing hot stones in thick furs and place them directly under their sleeping mats or near their feet. It was literally the ancient version of an electric heated blanket. But shelter and clothes are only half the equation. Without the right fuel, your body freezes from the inside out. In extreme cold, the human body burns between 4,000 to 5,000 calories every single day, just trying to maintain its core internal body temperature. A modern diet simply couldn't keep up with that level of rapid calorie burn. Ancient humans survived this massive energy drain by consuming pemmican, a dense, nutrient-heavy superfood made of dried meat pounded into fine powder and mixed with pure melted animal fat. Fat digests very slowly, generating continuous internal body heat through metabolic thermogenesis. It was high-octane, long-burning fuel for the human furnace. What about drinking water? In a landscape where every lake, river, and pond is frozen solid into rock-hard ice, dehydration was a silent killer. Melting snow directly in your mouth might seem logical, but it actually lowers your core body temperature, triggering rapid hypothermia. Ancient tribes solved this by building leather water pouches worn directly inside their thermal fur suits against their body heat, or using hot river stones dropped into wooden vessels filled with ice to melt gallon after gallon of fresh drinking water without wasting precious firewood. Even their hunting gear was engineered for sub-zero conditions. Standard wooden bows become brittle and snap like toothpicks in minus 40-degree cold. To prevent this, hunters reinforced their bows with layers of animal horn and back sinew bound together with water-resistant fish glue. This composite technology allowed their weapons to retain immense power and flexibility, ensuring they could hunt heavy game even in the dead of Arctic winter. When night fell and darkness covered the icy tundras for months at a time, ancient humans relied on fat-burning stone lamps, carved out of soft soapstone and filled with melted animal blubber. These small lamps provided both continuous light and localized radiant heat inside their pit houses, creating a self-sustaining indoor ecosystem that kept whole families alive through dark ice age winters. While we rely on complex, fragile electrical grids that can fail at any second, ancient humans mastered passive heating, clever physics, and natural insulation to thrive through actual ice ages. Which of these ancient winter survival hacks surprised you the most? The radiant rock heaters or the underground pit houses? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to discover more mind-blowing ancient engineering secrets, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.